We are live. I just finished doing the dishes just in time. I'm him. I'm him. This is what they don't talk about. Me and Clark were talking about this earlier. The fact that entrepreneurship means you just can't do entrepreneurship. You have to do everything else, and it's harder. Let's get this shit going. We got two of our wow, 30 leads and no contact, babe. Where is my person in VDHM, whatever your name is? We can for sure discuss JV. I'm not JVing with you, but you can JV with me. The reason we won't JV with you, I have a network of nationwide people who I know already. No answer from Sherry.
Hello. Hey, Rodney, it's Stratton. How you doing? Who is it? Stratton. We've been speaking on your property on Washington. Yeah, I had an emergency today, and I wasn't going to be able to have that conversation with you. I don't have my mother with me. I'm hello.
Hey Rodney, it's Stratton. I hope now's a good time.
No, it's not. I'm still at the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm still at the hospital. Call me tomorrow. They might release her tomorrow.
Okay, well I'm glad she's getting released.
Yeah, she had got released before, but she had complication, had to come back.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad she's doing
Yeah,
okay.
she's doing a lot better now. They're not gonna let her go today, but they say they might let her go tomorrow.
Okay, I'll just talk to you tomorrow then.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, Rodney.
All right.
So he is a lead we've been talking to for 2 weeks. 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. Thank you for the hype. What's going on, Q? VDHVMM Sood. My man, if you could put your real name in there, I'd love to address you by a real name. So we gotta call this guy tomorrow. I gotta check the notes on this one. Hey Tim, this is Stratton. How you doing?
Great. Let's get off. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was calling. We were talking about that property out in Cleveland on 86th Street, and everything kind of
Yeah,
fell
yeah,
through. We didn't hear what was going on.
yeah. I did talk. Now, you said 55,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the house did a little research. The house next door sold for, I think, 60,000 around there, and it needs a lot of work. So, would you be willing to go 60,100?
I don't know if I could do that because I know yours needs a ton of work too.
Not like that though. I looked at that house, and it needs a lot of work. It's nowhere near that condition. And so they sold that for 60, I think 60,400, I think. So I think we could talk to your people, see if they're willing to go to 60,000.
If we g- if we came up to 60,000, what would happen next?
And then we will. What I got, I'm working on this. We could make a deal more than. But remember, I told my brother died, and he was on the deed as well. What I found out, I got to get him off that deed so we could go through with the deal.
Um,
So,
did it go through probate?
no, no, it didn't go through probate. I'm still learning about it myself because I'm not real sure, knowledgeable about all this stuff. But I know that he didn't have no. I had talked to one lawyer, he's like, long as he didn't have no wife or kids, that he didn't have no wife or kids, he said it should be real easy. And so, but I heard that we got to get his name off of it. So, but everybody is on board for selling it, and I think everybody be on board for 60,000.
Okay, let me. I gotta reach out to my partners because I really don't know if we can do that. Um,
Okay.
we always try
What
and put our feet the best one forward. If we could come close to that 60,000, would you guys still be willing to make it happen?
I holler at him. I holler at. I will talk to him.
Okay.
I will talk to him.
Let me see. What time do you work tomorrow?
I will do 12 hours. I get off around this time right here. You
Okay.
won't be able to get a hold to me till around this time, 6:30.
All right, I'll call you then.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. The reason I didn't say, you know what, let's do it, because I don't really know. I got to reach out to Terry Summers. I have no clue what the hell this thing would be. What's going on, Grant? What's going on, Ren? Ren, I still remember you, bro. Mr. Rennie Roo. What's going on, Adham? All right, so with that one on that line, oh, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
I'm fucking busy and I'm stressed in a good way. Just got a lot of fucking shit going on and good stuff.
I'm digging the hair, dude.
Thank you.
I'm
Appreciate
digging
it.
how's Seattle,
Fucking love it up here, dude. Beautiful.
bro? Let's get your Instagram connected to this so we can stream it to your audience.
How do I do that? I'm echoing too.
I gotta turn down my echo.
All right.
Oh shit, Greg will be right back. All right, so Greg is gonna help us comp some. We are at how many leads to contract are we at right now? We have 12 contracts. We're at about 200 leads total. Yeah, I think it. But the first week we got sent a bunch of listed stuff. So if I go between my active leads, we have 30 people we can't get a hold of. 30, like this is after 2 weeks. 31 people in our 7 days of hell. 20 people in due diligence. 5 people we're trying to get offers out to. 9 who we've made offers out and we're just waiting on them. 19 warm ones, 11 under contract, 76 dead, and 5 referred to an agent. So like the 76, all those dead ones are like the listed ones that came in. And then our warm ones, that's like we could still get in that bat. It's just a little bit longer. Our offers made, we're still following up with them. We still may have some good stuff coming. One of them ghosted us. And then these couple that are ready for an offer, like Rosalinda, Kenneth, and then our due diligence. I need to clean up our due diligence because some of it's just trash. Honestly, like we look at it, it's like, oh, this isn't worth it. But our lead flow is going back up again. LVS Mom, is it still? Grant, yeah, bro. We disputed. We have a different deal with them. Majority of our dead leads are disputed leads that came in and they were just trash. And then I'd say out of our no contact, there's a solid probably 10 in there that like the phone numbers just aren't working. And then out of our 7 days of hell, we got a lot of people in here who we just can't get a hold of. We got them all on drips though. All right, and then add them onto drips. Because like with our account with OmniDrip, they've already brought back to life a couple leads. But we don't have any issues disputing the leads. Are you back, Greg?
We're back.
Are you signed into your Instagram on your laptop?
Am I signed into my Instagram on my laptop? Yeah.
Okay. Back on the saddle. All right, so go to Instagram on your laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna go live.
Okay.
And give it some sexy title name.
All right, let me do that. Create live video. Title. All right, got it.
All right, you got that. And then now, it should say stream key. If you could send that over in the chat.
So the next step is audience, and it's public, practice, or cancel.
Public.
Public, okay. Next. Oh, I got the stream key, yeah.
Send the stream key in the private chat.
Okay.
And then if you want to connect your Facebook, we can do that as well.
There's the stream key.
And there's Grego. All right. So
Sounds like you've done this before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then wait a minute and you'll be able to hit go live on Instagram.
Okay. Oh yeah, here it is.
It'll go like blue and you can hit go live.
Yep, I'm live.
All right, hopefully no one snakes this deal from us, but I got to share my screen with you somehow.
Okay. Hey, your echo, can you turn your echo down a little bit? I can hear myself kind of going back and forth. Maybe it's my computer.
Do you have echo cancellation on yours?
Would that be on StreamYard or on my Mac?
StreamYard.
I think it went away. Yeah, we're good.
We're good?
We're good to go.
All right, there we go. Okay, let me pull up this lead. What are the issues you're having while I pull this up, dude?
Issues?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Jesus Christ. We got a lot of properties with title issues, which is clogging up our pipeline. I've had a wholesale deal. I mean, many, but I had one of them. I think I got locked up in February, and it still hasn't closed yet, and it's almost June. I got another two of them. One of them is 105K. The other one's 98K. Those have been locked up in title issues for 3 months. I got a squatter that is refusing to leave. I had a fraudulent wholesaler fuck up a property. That's a long story, but that happened this morning. I got another tenant who I bought a property, and the owner said they were going to leave. They served him the paperwork. It's in New York. They told me they were going to squat if I didn't pay them, and we had a negotiation. Now I got to pay them money to leave. It's just, where do I start, basically? I mean, Jesus. They got a freaking non-paying tenant. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is
how many of these? So out of your pipeline, how many of these are in it, like these bullshit ones?
Oh, man. I mean, let's take 10 deals. 7 out of 10 have title issues. I mean, listen, they have title issues, but they're going to close. It just takes a long time in New York for these deals to close. I got another, I'm buying a property tomorrow, subject to in Delaware. That property, I mean, I wouldn't call it a title issue, but the guy was being like hostile, and he was like threatening us to like squat, and like we ended up having to pay him now. I signed the money. I signed the closing statement and sent the money to close tomorrow, but now we got to give, and this is another flip. Got to give the landlord $4,000 for this jerk to move out of the property. When legally I don't have to do that, but the squatters' rights in Delaware or the non-paying tenants are strong. So I'm laying out a lot of extra money on these properties that I'm flipping that technically doesn't have to happen, but I just know that the more money, if I spend the money, it'll get them to go away sooner. But yeah, I mean, our typical wholesale deal in New York takes 3.5, 4 months to close just because of the attorneys and title problems. It's a fuck. And I had another list pendants. Actually, that's a full blown lawsuit that's going to get resolved now. $60,000 deal. I'm probably out at least 5,000 in legal. You know, it's like every deal, man, has been a absolute dogfight to close. I had one in Queens that just closed. I got the money today for it. It closed on Friday. That took about 9 months to close because there was a bankruptcy situation.
Oh my God, bro.
Every house, dude. Yeah, dude.
Why are you still doing deals in New York?
I mean, I know it well. I know the values. I have really good contractors. I have really good buyers. I know how to get around a lot of the garbage a lot of the times. The spreads are big. I mean, the wholesale fee, like a $20,000 wholesale fee is like kind of small in New York, right? So normally they're like,
really?
Yeah, $20,000 is like, it's like, that's okay, but it's not like, you know, usually it's like 30 or 40. And then this, like a flip would be like $50,000 is like standard. Like if it's not $50,000, like I have one right now, I'll probably make 40 on, and that's a light one. That's a light deal. So the spreads are high and there's not a lot of competition. So, you know,
just because of the bullshit issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually exactly. And then now in Seattle, like I moved to Seattle. So I've been marketing here since I'm local, and I wrapped up a trailer that it's under contract, but I'm going to walk it tomorrow with a realtor. They think it's probably worth 120. I think I got it for 65. So my plan is to just paint it and throw it back on the market. Yeah, I mean, it's just, dude, the more deals you do, at least in New York, you have a big pipeline of a lot of business, but there's a lot of garbage that goes on with attorneys and the fucking seller's attorney. I mean, this isn't a therapy chair, but basically, like, because the house where I had to pay the tenant an extra $6,000, this is in New York, that wasn't disclosed to me. And the seller basically misrepresented the deal, and he owner financed us. So we took it owner financing. We're paying him 9% interest. I think we bought it for $310, and he took back a note for $280. And I called him after the tenant threatened me, and I'm like, I'm giving this guy $6,000, and you're taking $6,000 off the fucking note. Because if I knew this, here's the whole thing too, because there's lawyers in New York, I could have fucked the seller over. I hope I could swear on the show. And the contract said vacant, free of tenants. And I gave the seller my word that I'd buy it with the renters inside. So technically I could have been like, nope, you get this guy out.
Right. You could have been like, no, fuck you. This is the
But I
way it's
got burned,
fucking
bro.
happen.
I got burned.
Did he take $6,000 off the note?
Yeah. But now I got to go sign 30 more documents. It's like, it's okay. I'm not crying over it, but like, yeah, I'm getting $6,000 off the note, but like the attorney doesn't know what they're doing. The seller's attorney, I guarantee you she's not watching. She doesn't know what she's doing. She made me sign this whole package. I'm like, why do that when you could just draft a note reduction and I sign one thing, it doesn't get recorded. Now you're making me go to the notary. I have to do original signatures. I live across the country. Like, this is a fucking pain in my ass. So like, there's a lot of like little things that just eat up your energy. But listen, I mean, we got a great business in New York and Delaware. I'm very grateful for it. There's a lot of problems, but there's also a lot of profits. So I can't really complain too much because I'm grateful for the problems I have. And the more experience I get, the better I get at solving them. And so does my team. So I'm very happy and grateful. But at the same time, I mean, I see your challenge. I love the challenge you're doing. The more deals you do, once your pipeline fills up, dude, get ready to have the boxing gloves on. Not about sellers. It's the pipeline. When you get these crazy people to agree to do deals with you, it's a circus to close them, dude. That's why it's hard to scale these businesses doing 50, 60, 70 houses a month. Because I mean, we're doing like 5 to 7 and we got chaos, right? And imagine having 70. Like, that's a bit different story. 70.
It's going to be interesting. Look, we have David Old's company who handles all of our transactions, which will be good.
That'll
like
help.
They're used to it. And I mean, I'm only planning on like 50% of these even working out is the thing. Like,
yeah, that's
us going nationwide. Like 50.
Oh, you're just going nationwide. You're not even picking an area.
No, because Lead Zolo's doing everything for it, right? And they're like, hey, we'll send you 20 leads plus a day.
That's a great deal.
Right, bro? Great deal. Shout out Lead Zolo. Go to getleadzolo.com.
Those are inbound leads too. They're like, yeah, that's a good deal. Jeez.
I mean, we got 11 contracts in the first 2 weeks, which is solid.
That's great. What are you closing, 1 out of 10?
Yeah, it was like 1 out of 13.
That's a phenomenal stat. And you're doing this over the phone too, which is the lower
all over the phone
rate usually.
And so that's been solid. We'll see what we can get moved. I texted Drew today. I was like, bro, can we move out of like Flint, Michigan? We're negotiating over pennies over here, you know? Like, let's have some real negotiations going to where like we can bump up these spreads.
Yeah, I avoid those areas. So, dude, you made a great point. I've never done nationwide. I think that's Nick Perry's the king of that. That podcast you did with Nick Perry, I was like, I didn't want it to end. I was crying when it was over. I was flying back from Mexico, and I was like, no, why is this over? But he said something that was so true. If you're trying to wholesale houses and the ARV is $50,000, dude, get the fuck out of there. Just run away. No one's making money on that.
No one's making money. We can't make any spread. The house costs the same to fix up no matter where you go.
Rehab costs are the same, dude.
And so we have a couple of these that are – I'll wait to get pictures back on these 2 we have in Detroit to where we may have to go back to this guy and
brutal.
Because like I thought we got them at good prices, and then the photographer we sent over, dude from Home Jab, he was like, no, these things are tiny and they're shit. He's like, they need a lot of work. And so like we'll see there. But
so let me tell you a little secret about the cheap houses, though. Like I've made some money with them, but if you're gonna do, and you're not gonna do this because you're nationwide, so you'd have to go to one area. But I'll give you a great example. Like 2 years ago, I was playing around with like direct mail as always, and I'm like, let me go into Reading, Pennsylvania, and see if I could buy some deals here. It seems cheap, not too far from Philly. I probably spent $5,000 in like direct mail throughout. It's like 10,000 mailers, whatever, 15,000 mailers. And we bought like 2 houses that were row homes, like ARV of like $40,000, $50,000, but they weren't fucked up. The key is they were good. Like they were livable, but they were just super cheap. I got them for like 15 and sold them for like 30 or 35. And there was no competition because like it's a cheap ass house. I mean, my car costs more than that. So like we made good money with no competition, but I knew that Reading, you could do that. And I only focused on Reading because I know like, even if it's in a bad neighborhood there, if it's not totally fucked up, you can still make some money. Yeah. So like if someone's watching this and they're like, oh, I know this cheap area by me. If you really study that market, you can make that work. But if you're going nationwide and you're like, that's just not those houses for the most part you want to avoid, especially in like high crime. Like Reading isn't too high crime compared to Detroit. There's houses in Detroit that the land bank gives away for $1,000 and nobody wants them. So
Yeah, that's the thing. To where, like,
Baltimore.
we have some stuff in Flint that's the same way. Detroit. We have a lot in Flint, Detroit, and St. Louis.
St. Louis is garbage. Some of those areas,
Bro,
garbage.
it's been like some of these things have been brutal, but we'll see. Well, I went just going to try and make 10 grand a pop. So let's say we have $111,000 in revenue baked in. And then we'll probably close half of that. And then we have another one in Arkansas that I think will actually be a good one. That'll be like a 20 to 30 pop.
30 grand is a great wholesale fee anywhere in the country. It doesn't matter where it is. 30, if 30, I mean, it depends on how much it costs to get the deal. But if you're doing like pay per lead or something and you can get a deal for $3,000 to $5,000 and make 20, you're going to make about a 50% margin on that business. But the people that get in trouble, and I've been there before, and it happens sometimes to this day, is if you're making 25,000 to get a deal. I'll give you a great example here. I'll just use a real story that happened. Reno, Nevada. Used to live there. I actually saw you there for dinner a couple months ago. I spent $40,000 in marketing over about 4 months. I think 5 months. I spent 40 grand total in marketing. I made $80,000 in revenue. One was a wholesale, one was a flip. That was a clean out and list. So I made a 2-to-1 return. My average cost per deal was $20,000 and my average profit was around 40. So, I'm making 40 grand a deal in Reno. I'm fucking smart. No, dude, that was garbage. I spent 40 to make 80, and half of my margin on that wasn't 50% because I have other overhead. So the key is if you're making 20,000 a pop, you want to be buying these properties at all in like 5,000, 6,000. Because if you're spending 10 to make 20, you're going to be in trouble. The owner's not going to make money.
No, not at all.
No,
right.
It's hard, dude. This is a tough business. You really got to know your numbers. For example, I know a guy in San Diego, his cost to get a deal is $20,000. He's making 80. So who cares?
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, here's this. This is where the fuck this deal is that I need help with. Little Genesee.
Oh, that's nowhere near the Hudson Valley, but I can help you regardless.
Investor List says there's not really any buyers, bro.
No, there's not. All right, zoom out. I'll tell you how to make money with this if it's a deal, but I need to see where it is. Okay, so zoom out more. All right, so the house is that green box?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go, obviously we're looking at a map here, but if you go in theory, an hour west of that green box and you go south, there's a little town in Pennsylvania called Eldred. And quick story, it's right over Eldred, Pennsylvania. I don't know where the fuck. It's somewhere over there in the northwest part of your screen. But last year, no, it's going to be more south of Jamestown. Over there somewhere. Look for Eldred. Yeah, Eldred, PA. I think it's by Russell or something like that. Anyway, I was doing a pay-per-click campaign and I pushed the wrong button and the targeting got screwed up. So the seller called in to Brett, my acquisitions guy, and she was motivated as can be. Didn't know shit about Eldred, PA, because normally we don't market there. She wanted to dump this mobile home on land. I think we got it for $70,000 if I'm not mistaken. And no buyers. How are we going to wholesale this, Brett? I have no idea. So I just listed it on the MLS and we sold it for cash assignment. I think we made $22,000, but putting it on the market and assigning it. So
you think, can we still do that in New York?
Fuck yeah, dude. I've done that in New York a ton of times. Hell yeah, you can do that. Oh yeah. You can do novations in New York. You can do anything there. It's just harder. You can do all the same stuff in the rest of the country in New York. It's just a little bit harder with the lawyers. So the seller's lawyer needs to know what you're doing. Hey, the contract allows the buyer to put it on the market before closing. Contract's able to be assigned. Contract's able to be novated. As long as you got that in your agreement, then you can do the same shit you would do in California and New York. But a lot of sellers, up here, you're not going to have that happen because people are hillbillies up there. But, as long as the attorney agrees with it, you can do anything. But the problem in my area, which is about 6 hours southeast of there near Manhattan, is the house price is $500,000. The attorney wants $10,000 down and they're not going to let you assign it or novate it. So you have to buy it. But if you're doing something up there, we can look at the values and see what it's probably worth on the market. I can do it on Redfin too. If there's no Redfin, I can do Zillow. But anyway,
Let me send you the address in the chat.
Yeah, let me see this.
She's got 2 of them too.
Yeah.
All right. She has one, then another one down the street.
Let me check out this. Let me see this property, redfin.com.
There you go. Little Genesee, New York. And then she has
Little Genesee, New York. So let me see if there's is it Main Street or Main?
Main Street. Nope, Main.
All right, let me just, I can do a quick okay, so first thing I'm doing here, I don't know if people can see my screen, but I have no idea where this is. I know the general area, but this is in the boonies on the PA, New York. It's called what is this part? It's called the Southern Tier. That's the area of the state. It's like basically like PA, New York border above like Binghamton. So I usually, I have MLS in my area, but my MLS doesn't go up here. First thing I would do is I would look on Redfin, and because Redfin, I think, has the best data.
Really?
I don't see, yeah, for sure. Just cleaner, easier, more updated.
I don't even see a Redfin option, dude.
There's not. That's the problem. So you could put the city in Redfin, but you can't put the specific address. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy and paste that address again. I'm going to go to Zillow now. Zillow is going to have more information. So it's Stratton. It's this. I mean, I don't know if I can share my screen here, but is it this like looks like a? I don't know. Can I share a screen on this thing?
No, I don't know. Down at the bottom, is there an option to hit present?
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so check it. So here we go. Okay, here you go. Can you see this? This is the house. Is this thing?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take the zip code and I'm going to put the zip code in Zillow, and I'm assuming it's SFR. So here's where New York gets tricky. This house was built in 1920, which is terrible because it's so old. It's, the old houses are terrible to deal with. But if I'm looking on Zillow, which is Redfin is the best, but it doesn't have as much data. Zillow doesn't have shit either, but there's really no activity around here for the most part. And I'm going for sale. Yeah, for sale. Here we go. I'm going to try to go to like pendings. So it looks like, here's the thing. So really I can count on my screen here because there's no activity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 7 properties. If I deselect this and get rid of pendings, there's 3. So even though there's no market here, there's still like when a house comes for sale around here, it generally like there's more pendings than sold. So it seems like when something goes on the market here, even though it's a small town, it moves pretty quickly. Because if I were to toggle pendings and actives and it doesn't change much, then that means that houses are sitting. So in this case, if we were to just look at the accepting backup offers and pending, I mean, this is a very rural area. Like I'm taking the map of the zip code, and that's really all I'm going to do in this area because I don't want to go out and do a different zip. But I mean, you got a house here, and I'm just going to sort this from high to low. So
I can't see what you're doing. I can only see like the main one.
Can you see the Zillow screen here?
I can see the Zillow screen, but I don't see your mouse moving.
Oh, you don't see my mouse? Oh, here we go. How about this?
Yeah.
Capiche? There we go. Okay. So what I did here is, and like I said, this is like upstate New York, and I'll go back to my screen in a minute. This is upstate New York, so my market is downstate New York, but it's the same shit. It's same process.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. This is south, so that should be downstate New York.
No, downstate.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm gonna show you something. Check this out. All right, from all you West Coasters out there, check this out. Can you see this tab now?
Yeah.
All right. So New York looks like a boot, right? Sort of like Italy.
Oh shit! I guess you're right.
Here. Your property's up here.
So that's
this is like, this is like driving from San Diego to like, fucking Pismo Beach or something like that. It's not close, even though you think it's south because it does look south on a map. But real New York, like my area is here. This is my zone. Right here, right? New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Well, I don't do Long Island, but right down here. This property is all the way up here. So it's essentially like a completely different area, but that doesn't matter because the process is the same, right? New York, same shit, same attorneys, it's just a different area. So we're going back to Zillow here. We're looking at this. I got the zip code here. Here's all the properties.
You got to share your screen again, Grego.
Oh, yeah. Let me do that again. Sorry. Share screen. This one. How about this? You see it?
There we go.
All right, cool. So this is the area we're looking at. I'm going to uncheck the pending properties. So there's 1, 2, 3, really 3 properties, okay, that are active for sale. And I'm going to go check my pendings here. So now there's like 4 more that got added. So essentially, this
click on that 89K pending one for me.
It's probably a piece of land. Yep. Look at that.
Oh.
Piece of land pending.
You're good.
Oh, yeah. I know. I've looked at so many fucking houses. This is a piece of land. It's 59. It's 60 acres.
That's a deal, bro.
That's a lot of land for that price. Yeah. It looks like a lot of it's cleared too. So you can't comp that. Obviously, the land is different. Do you know how much land this lady's on?
Not a ton, bro. So she wants for that main house.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking. Let's see what she was talking. She started off at 95, then she dropped down to 75. And then for the other house that she has, she wants 50.
Okay.
Both same type of house.
These are houses and trailers, right?
No, these are not trailers. These are houses.
All right. So the first thing I would say, if I were you, is I would let this lady, make sure this lady allows you to list on the market. Because selling to a cash buyer here is not going to happen unless it's on the MLS. Like calling a buyer at the buyer, off-market buyers don't exist here. You have to put them on the market. That's like these small towns. That's how you move.
They don't exist. Okay.
They don't exist. Yeah, it's a waste of time. So here's how I'd look at this. This is the same zip code, same town. This is a trailer. Obviously, it's on land. It's not in a park. This is about 10 acres, roughly 9.75. It's pending at 75,000. But the key here is you want to see how long did it take to go pending. They threw it on the market March 21st, and it went pending in about 3 weeks.
That's solid.
That's a good sign. And this is a trailer for 75. And it looks like it's obviously on a lot of land, but it's a fucking trailer. I mean, this thing looks like, shit. I wouldn't live here. You wouldn't live here. I mean, this is not good. No good shape. Walls are shot. Nice land though. Nice land. But dude, this is whack inside. I mean, this thing looks like garbage, and someone's willing to pay 75 grand for it. So that tells me, even though this is a small town, I would definitely assume if you can get the property at the right price, if you sell it at the right price, it'll sell, because a lot of those houses that are listed are going pending. So this is a good sign here, the 75K one. Let me look at this 131. Now, this is a house, 3.2 acres. It is under contract, so it is in theory pending, same shit. Okay, log cabin style house.
Oh.
Not good shape. I mean, livable. Yeah. It's probably worse than you think. These pictures are deceiving. I've just seen so much of this. Yeah, I mean, you could finance this, but it's definitely tougher. Yeah, but you could live here. Someone would live here. So 130. Okay, 3-1. Let me go back to yours. Oh shit! I gotta share my screen again. I'm not used to this StreamYard shit. Let me get back on here. Here we go. Sorry. All right. So 4.2, 2,000 square feet. This one's a 3.1, 1,350 square feet. Moving at 130. Let's see how long it took to go pending though. Look at this
Yeah, that's sexy.
Went live on the 19th, went pending on the 25th. People want to buy properties here. There's just not a lot of properties for sale because it's a small town. So I think if your property isn't a total piece of garbage, and let's go back to this house. What does she want for this house? What price?
75.
Okay. So I think doomsday, you could sell this for 100 on the market. I think probably get more, probably 110, assuming it's not in terrible shape. So if I were you, I would offer the seller. Let me unshare my. Can you? Okay. So if I were you, looking at that information, like I said, I know nothing about this market except for the research I just did with you on the computer. I would offer her like 65, 70,000, maybe less. I think if you listed that house for 99,000 on the market, you would know if it's a deal within a week, guaranteed, because all the properties that we saw that got listed that are pending went pending within 3 weeks. So for that house, I would tell her, I mean, if it was me, I would be like, I'd probably give you 60 for it. I need to list it. I need to, pre-market the property. I wouldn't even mess with a novation. I don't think you would need to novate it. I don't know the condition, but I think maybe a cash buyer would buy that on the MLS and you can make, 40,000 gross and probably net about 35, 30.
So what's your pitch to them when you have to do this and list it on the market with these New York people?
Well, in our area, we wholesale a lot because we know the people. But if this was my lead and it was in the middle of nowhere and they were motivated like this, I would say, listen, I normally buy in downstate New York. Your property's 6 hours away from where we operate. I still can help you with this property. However, in order for me to help you with this house, because it's in a market we're not familiar with, we would need the ability to pre-sell your property on the market to another buyer. And we would need, 14-day contingency to do that. We can give you the number we agree on, but we need 14-day inspection and blah, blah, blah. And that I would just tell them I need to put it on the fucking market. I mean, that's what we do. We need to put it on the fucking market. Like, we don't hide anything from them. We just tell them the truth. Like, hey, listen, this is in an area we're not familiar with. We normally buy in, the suburbs of New York City. If you want to have us buy this property, because here's the thing, dude. So I would say something like that, but she's not calling 5 investors, dude. They're probably the only person she's talking to, most likely, unless some other person is buying national leads. But they probably don't even do that research. Like, they're probably like, oh, maybe there's a cash buyer. I'll offer you 20 grand. So you're giving her a decent price based on what she's asking. You just need the term. Like, here's the thing. Even if she wanted 70, so here's with the negotiation, it's a little tricky. If she's stuck on 70 and you can sell it for 100, all right?
I'd get it done.
You could say, I'll give you 70 if you give me 14 days to basically pre-sell the property on the market. And you're not going to have to fix anything, seller. You're not going to have to do any repairs. We're going to close in 45, 60 days. But if you want the 70, I need to put it on the market. And I would probably not even negotiate, because I think you can sell that for 100. You're going to have, if you did that, I just know the math and shit in New York. So you sell that for 99, you're going to, pay a 6% commission at least. So you're probably going to walk with 99 times 0.94. So you're going to walk with 93. You're going to have 5,000 in closing. You're going to have, when you give her 70. So probably walk with like 16 to 18 grand, which ain't bad.
So we offer 65. You offer her 65.
Well, I would offer her 65, but if she balks at that, I would say I can give you 70 if you let me list it on the market. Because if you say I'll give you a low offer and I need to list it, they might be like, fuck that. But in this case, I'm almost changing my mind now, because if she's told you a good price off the bat and you could sell it for 100, but I think that would sell for about 100. I'll give you exactly what you want. I just need the ability to put this property on the market and sell it before I buy it from you. That's what I would tell them. Because you're giving her what she wants. You just need something in exchange, which is the terms.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, dude. Because like I said, I mean, when you texted me earlier today, I'm like, oh, that's in the middle of fucking nowhere. But after looking at the comparables, I'm like, I think this might actually move, because if we were to go on here and there were 15 active properties and 17 pending properties, or sorry, if there was 15 active properties and there were 17 active and pending properties, I'd say, dude, get the fuck away from this. This is not going to make any money. But there were 3 actives and 7 pendings, which means that a lot of these houses are going under contract. So I think you got a deal on your hands.
You want to make the pitch right now? What's JV on it? If you close it, what's JV on it?
All right, sure. Where's the phone? Can they hear me through the screen?
Yeah, they can hear you through the screen.
Right.
Let me send you a number.
Look at this guy throwing me on the spot, man.
Bro, Greg, you're one of the king of sales.
I know.
You're one of the king of sales.
I know what I'm talking about. That's funny. This actually reminds me of that Pennsylvania property that was probably an hour from there.
And just tell her. I mean, I talked to her for 20 minutes earlier today. She's like, "Yeah, you spoke to my partner Stratton. We'll be good to go."
Yeah. Okay. She can hear me through this though, because this is a
No,
sales
you're gonna
call.
call her on your cell phone.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. I was like, if she's gonna hear me through the webcam, she's probably not gonna know what the fuck's going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
call her on
call
my
her
phone.
through your cell phone.
Of course.
And then we can do the same. She wants another. You want to look at that other property real quick so we could just like batch them up?
Yeah, let me just write the numbers down. So
Main Little, I'd say we go in at 60.
I'm just writing down the first one was the Route 417, right?
No.
8202 State Route 417.
I guess so. Yeah. And then this other one is Salt Rising Road.
I need a full. Let me get a full address so I know what I'm looking at.
I sent it to him in chat.
Oh, word. Oh, here we go. Got it. You're on the ball here with the chat stuff. All right, let me see this one. Oh, it's in the same area. Okay.
Bro, it's like legitimately, like she said, it's like 6 houses down.
Yeah. It's funny up here. It's you got a lot of like weird properties where like the address they tell you is different on Google. So I want to just pull it up to make sure I'm looking at the right thing here. 656 Salt Rising Road, Little Genesee, New York. So if I go here, yeah, that's mad weird. Why is it being? Because the county's telling me it's 656 County Road 5. So I just want to make sure I'm like making her an offer based on the right address. Yeah, it's not coming up on Zillow. Huh.
Bro, it's not even letting me pull it up on Street View.
Yeah, there's no Street View. Is it this pink house?
I couldn't fucking tell you. I hadn't even gotten to it yet. I was like, I'm gonna look at this with Greg later today.
All right. Let me. I'm just gonna do house one. I'm just writing this down. House number 1 is 70K offer. MLS
60K
okay. House
offer.
number. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's the one we think we can sell.
See if you can get it. Let's take the approach of like, hey, best I can do is like 60K.
Okay.
Wow. Do we want her to balk?
See, that's what I was telling you. I think if we want to put it on the market, I'd rather give her more money and have the ability to list it. Because if we offer her 60 and we can't put it on the market, then we're fucked. You see? I'd rather have it at a higher number when I know I can list it on the market because I'm going to be able to sell that. But if I was like, oh, I'll give you 50 grand, but then it's like, oh, we can't put it on the market. There's no cash buyers unless you list it. I'd rather just give her what she wants and have the ability to list it in this area, right? If it was a different town, it'd be a different story. And then the other one, I'm going to probably just pull a number out of my ass for this one.
I would say
I'm assuming
30.
It's like a
50.
Yeah. 50,000. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Even like the addresses don't even matter. If we saw the lowest property that is like not a piece of land is pending at $75,000. So essentially,
yeah, we're good.
If we can get a house that's in the same condition, we can probably sell it for more than 75,000. So if we make her a 70,000 offer for the first one, all right, we can sell that for 90 to 100. And then the other one, if we can get it for 60, we can sell it for on the market for, 85. Like there's the spreads are there, right? So I think the key here, I'm not even concerned about the number here because she's already motivated based on what she wants. I'm more concerned with, hey, we got to list this house. Like there's no way we're doing a cash buyer thing here. So
no, and she's like I had the call today and I was like, guys, this is what a motivated seller sounds like. Like she's
yeah. All right,
let's hear your work, Grego.
My mom grew up not right here, but she probably grew up 2 hours from here. My grandparents not born and raised, but they lived there before they died. So I got a lot of ties to the upstate New York community. So it's funny. I saw the 585 area code. I'm like, shit, man. What's her name? Stacy? Stacy?
Kathy.
Kathy. I'm echoing again. No, I'm not.
Hello.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing? This is Greg Hellback.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm actually partners with Stratton. He reached out to you today about 2 of your properties.
Okay.
How you doing? Did I get you at a bad time?
Nope, I'm good.
Awesome. So they're both in Little Genesee. I just wanted to confirm with you. Sorry, dropped my phone. That's not good. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
So I wanted to confirm these addresses. So the first one was on Main, and then the second one was on Salt Rising Road, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, with the property on Main, let's kind of attack this one house at a time. The property on Main, condition-wise, what big repairs do I have to do to that house to make it look nice?
The only repairs that it needs is the basement wall.
Basement wall, like in terms of like foundation falling over, or like what's the kind of the makeup
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah, it's the cobblestone needs to be rebuilt on
Okay.
one wall.
Okay.
It's been reinforced and redone on 3 walls. It's just the one wall that my ex-husband did not do, and now that's coming apart. Other than that, everything is new. New windows, new plumbing, new electric, new water well. Septic is good. Roof was coated a couple years ago. My ex-husband and I updated the house probably 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing we did was the kitchen, so the kitchen is fairly new.
Okay. All right. So just that foundation thing is the only thing I got to look at.
Yep.
Okay. Now
So,
all right. Sorry.
we had it, had someone come in, had a few people come in and give us estimates on fixing it, and it was between $5,000 and $7,000 to fix it.
For that foundation.
Yes.
That ain't bad. Okay. And then the other house, what would I have to do to the other house?
Depends on what you want to do.
Make it livable, but not beautiful.
It's livable now.
Okay.
I have a tenant in there, but she was arrested 2 weeks ago. I don't know if he told you the whole nightmare with that whole house, but
Is your tenant in jail, or are they back in the house?
they are in jail and they are not coming out.
What'd they
I was
do?
in the process. Yeah, I was in the process
Gee.
of foreclosing on a land contract. I finally got the judge to sign the foreclosure on April 12th.
Okay.
In New York State, the judge assigns a court liaison who gives you an auction date to set the house up for auction and gives you the starting bid depending on how much the people still owe you.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for the court liaison to give me an auction date, to give me a starting bid, and she got caught doing stuff she wasn't supposed to do, and now she's in jail with no possibility of bail. So she's not coming out. So my lawyer filed an emergency petition with the court granting me, I don't know if ownership of the property is the right word, but basically stating that I'm taking it back over immediately because, you know, I've got to protect my interest in the home. So
Yeah.
waiting to receive that paper from the judge, and then I'll go in and make sure everything's locked up and no one can get in.
All right. Understood. So I'm no lawyer, but I've seen pretty much everything you could see in the real estate game in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I would need for that second house that you got to have a deed back in your name, clear title. The
deed never left my name.
Oh, it was a land contract. That's right. That's right.
It was a land contract.
Got it.
So the only thing that my lawyer says is he really wants to go through with the auction, because if no one bids on the house, then I can go after her for the money.
Yeah, the back payments. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how long she's going to be in jail, but anyways, that property will be up for sale within the next, I would say, 6 weeks.
Got it.
So
what did this?
Get rid of that.
Yeah. What did the tenant end up doing to wind up in the slammer?
I don't know. She was on probation for. She had overdosed twice in the
Oh,
house
that's terrible.
with her kids there.
That's
yeah.
sad. Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, very sad.
That's-
And she wasn't
that's
like that when I sold her the house. She actually went to school with my daughter. I know the family. I live in a really rural town where everybody knows everybody.
I can tell.
So basically,
Yeah, I can tell.
you know, so
You got that
It's
nice
just
upstate New York accent.
oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
They sound a little different down by the city. That's like the land of the sharks down there. So anyway,
Mhm.
okay. So and my last question for you is small town New York, everybody knows everybody. How come you don't want to just list these houses on the market with a real estate agent and get max dollar?
Because everybody knows everybody. And I'm kind of weird about people knowing my business because I've been through a divorce.
Got it.
One of the biggest real estate companies in my area, he is best friends with my husband. That's a big reason.
Got it.
Don't want anybody, you know what I mean? I just don't like people knowing my business. So
Understood. I totally
and
get it.
I don't think somebody could get a loan on the house because of the basement wall.
Yeah.
Or it would have to be a different kind of a loan that would take a long time to get through. And honestly, because of everything I've gone through with my mom's house, with this other house, like I want to be done. I don't know if the other gentleman told you I had this house sold and everything is done, including the title search. We're just days away from signing the paperwork and the gentleman had a heart attack. So he survived. He will eventually be okay, but just decided he probably shouldn't buy the house. So
Honestly, that's a fair reason for not buying a house. If I was a seller, I wouldn't be too mad at him.
Yeah, I can't hate him for it.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated between my mom's house and the deal falling through with this house. I don't want to deal. I just don't want to deal.
I get it.
So,
I get it. Well, can I do something real quick? I mean, would you be upset if I put you on hold for like 2 or 3 minutes? I just got to take this information into account before I get you an offer. Is that fair?
that's fair.
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold. Stay right there.
Okay.
Turn the
That
audio
one's a
back
tough
on.
one.
All right,
Yeah, that
so
one's a
here's the
tough one.
deal with that. Yeah. It's so small in New York. It's funny. The realtor in Pennsylvania where I did that like novation thing knew the fucking seller. And I made 20 grand off their house. So it's just like everyone knows everyone there. So that one worked out in my favor. And
I don't see
seller's
this one
favor.
working, bro.
What?
I don't see this one working.
I don't think this is going to make sense because no cash buyer is grabbing this unless it's on the market. So here's what I'm going to do here. And these people in New York and upstate are the nicest people ever, dude. It's like insane. They're so friendly. So I'm going to basically say, this is how I can buy your house. And I'm going to make the offer. It's got to go on the market. I'm going to go negative. I'm going to say, I don't think that makes any sense for you. And I think if you really want to sell this house and get the most money, you should just list it on the market because my cash offer would be so much lower. It wouldn't make any sense. I'm going to basically try to kill the deal. And here's the thing I learned. If you try to kill a deal and you're honest about it, which I will be, if they're motivated enough to do what we need them to do, in this case, we don't even need to steal their house. We just need to put it on the market. They will find a way to come up with a reason to work with you. And if they're not, it's not a fit. You move on to the next lead. So I'm basically just going to say, my plan with this house isn't going to line up with your goals because you said you don't want to list it for these reasons. I need to put it on the market because I live 5 hours away from here. And I don't think I can help you unless you would want to do these terms. And it sounds like these terms probably wouldn't work for you. And that gets the truth out in about 5 minutes. So I just wanted to approve that plan with you before I have it come out of my mouth.
I have full faith in your skills. This is a masterclass for anybody watching this.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
why I
people
wanted to
watching this is like, I haven't came out of my cave in a long time. So Strat really got me this morning. I answer the phone when he calls. All right. Hey, ma'am, you there?
Yes.
All right. So I took a look at this and situation here is most of the homes that I buy are down in the city or the New York City area. So about 5 hours, southeast of here. And the only way I could help you with this house in terms of me buying it is actually pre-selling it on the market up here on the local MLS. And the reason I asked that question to you earlier, like, why don't you list it? is because usually people who don't sell to me end up listing their house. And if you don't want the house on the market with anyone knowing you're selling it, I don't think I can help you, because in this case, in this area with the small population, I would need to be able to pre-sell this house on the market and find a buyer before I buy it from you. And, it sounds like that's probably not something you'd go for.
No, I think you misunderstood.
Oh,
I think you misunderstood what I was saying. Because it's a small town and everybody knows everybody, I don't want to pull in a real estate agent from around here to sell it. Does that make more sense?
So if I hired a real estate agent to sell it for me and they had no affiliation with you, but the house was publicly for sale, would that be a problem for you?
Would it be a problem for you being able to sell it, being that no one could get a loan because of the basement wall?
I get it. I hear you. I think
it's going to need to be a cash sale. In my opinion and my knowledge of real estate, is it's going to have to be a cash sale.
I understand. And I agree with you there, especially with the foundation. But I do think maybe, just maybe, a cash buyer who's looking on the MLS might be willing to buy this thing for more than I'm going to buy it from you for. Therefore, you'd get your money and I'd make my profit. But the only way we could determine that is if I've listed this house for sale before I bought it from you. And I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I mean, my goal is to help you and make this as easy as possible and give you a fair number. But at the same time, especially in an area I'm not familiar with, I got to be able to make a reasonable profit as well. Therefore, I would want to put this on the market before I bought it from you.
Okay, so how long? So you wouldn't close on the deal with me until you sold it?
That is correct. I would pre-sell this to another buyer, and then when I had that buyer lined up, I would then go buy it from you and then sell it to the other person. I've done hundreds of these.
It's not something I would say no to. My only thing is I just really would like things to go as quickly as possible.
I understand.
I have a son that is having a baby this summer, and I'm a school nurse, so I'm off for the summer. I was kind of hoping to have this tied up by the end of June and be out of town for a couple months.
I get it. I can't promise you I could close by the end of the June. I wouldn't want to lie to your face. I'd want to close this as soon as possible, but at the end of the day, I can't promise like a 30-day close, especially, in upstate New York. But I can tell you what, if we got the numbers to work out in your favor and my favor and everyone was happy with this, if I price this right on the market as basically the middleman in this case, if it's priced right based on the homework I did on your house, it will go pending pretty quickly. It just has to be at the right number. And if it goes to a cash buyer, which I agree, it's probably going to have to go to a cash buyer, you can close a cash sale in about 3 to 4 weeks in New York, assuming the title search is clean, which it is, I'm sure. But
it's done. Title search is done.
Yeah. So in theory, let's look at it this way. Let's pretend we agree to do business tomorrow, and I'm just hypothetically speaking here. We got paperwork done by Friday. I'd put the property on the market probably the following Thursday, just because you want to put properties on the market on Thursdays so you get all that attention over the weekend. A week from that day, I'd like to have an offer on it if it's priced right. 5 days after that, New York, you have to get the attorneys to draw the contract up. I'd like to get the paperwork with the buyer. And then about 3 weeks from that, I'd like to close an escrow. So if everything worked out, end of June could be reality. But if we're really being honest with each other, probably looking like a mid-July situation, if we're being honest, because a lot of these deals, they just take time. There's hiccups. That's just the way it is. And I don't want to BS you. I want to be straight up about this, and I don't want to hide anything and tell you what my intentions are. And then it's up to you to decide if this is something that would work for you or not.
Right. What kind of numbers are you thinking?
I mean, you wanted 75 for the house or 70?
I'd go 70.
Okay. So if we did 70, I would need the terms that I shared, where I would need to put it on the market.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would not buy this until I found a buyer. That's the one thing I want to keep reiterating to you, because a lot of people will tell you what you want to hear and they won't tell you what they're
Right.
actually doing. And I don't want you to like go into this decision uninformed and not aware of my intentions.
Okay.
And you can take time to think. This is a big decision. I'm not going to hard close you on the phone here. Like this is a big decision. I understand, you're going through a lot. You want to have the peace of mind. So if you need a day to mull this over, I totally understand. And if this is a fit, great. If it's not a fit, no big deal at all. I'd be happy to help you any way I can.
Would you be interested in paying a lower cost and just taking it off of my hands?
If the property wasn't in Little Genesee, I would say yes, but the marketplace is so small, I can't agree to that. I can't CANT agree with that, because the only way I can really see the true potential of this house is if I got it on the open market. And if I was going to just buy this with my own cheddar, it would be at such a low number, it would not do you any good. Like it would have to be so low, I'd have to mitigate my risk. So I don't want to give you a ridiculously low insulting number, because that wouldn't be fair for you. I'd rather give you more money, pretty much what you're asking for, if you're willing to, let me pre-sell this thing.
What do you think you can get for it?
On the market?
Yeah.
Probably like 99.
And who would you use as an agent?
I would either do a flat fee service, or I'd find the best local broker I can find and have them list it for me. Probably lean towards a local broker, if we're being honest. I've done this before in like small towns, and that's worked out pretty well.
Okay. Let me take the night to think about it, and I'll call you in the
100%.
morning.
Absolutely. Yep. No problem. This is my cell. Just as a heads up, I'm on a trip, right? I'm out in Washington State right now. So if you call me, I'm on Pacific time. So if you called me at like 9:30 Eastern, I'm probably just sipping my coffee. So try to call me after noon Eastern, like after 12 p.m., just so I'm around.
Okay. And what do you think about the other house? Same thing?
Yeah, it would be the same situation on the market. Yep. It's just because of the area. Like if we were in Fishkill, New York, and we agreed on a price, would have easy peasy. But this is a small town, different market, different game you got to play. So, yeah, I just want to do this ultimately to benefit you, because I don't want to tell you something that I can't actually deliver on. And if I know I need more time or the ability to put the property on the open market, I just tell people up front, and then they can make the best decision possible for themselves.
Okay. And I don't have to do anything with the agent. You take care of all
I
that,
do the
right?
whole thing from soup to nuts. I pay the commission. I pay the closing costs. You're going to net whatever we agree upon, assuming I pre-sell the property and get a buyer, just obviously.
All right. Let me think about it.
That sounds like a plan. Just let me know either way, and no pressure regardless.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
All right. I appreciate your time. Thanks.
All right. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Volume.
Masterclass, Greg. What a masterclass, bro.
Dude, I mean, listen, it feels weird talking to a seller like when you have other people listening. Like I wasn't nervous, but like it's just like there's like a seller telling me her personal problems. So anyway, you just got to be fucking transparent with people, bro. Like that's my best sales strategy. It's like there's no that wasn't a sale, dude. That was like
that was not a
has
sale.
A problem. I have a solution that she doesn't have to take, and if she thinks there's value in it, she can take it. Like that's how me and Brett like dominate buying houses. It's like we want to fucking help people. That's it. Like, and like, dude, I told her everything, like the whole process, A to Z, this, that, like. There's like it's like Eminem in that movie 8 Mile. Like he says all that shit about him before he even goes, and then he's got nothing to say afterwards. It's the same shit. Like you just tell them everything, especially with like a novation or whatever. And if they want to take it, they want to take it. But like when you do that, it's like weird. Like the sellers like want to work with you more when you're actually like pulling away. Yeah. I'm like, you should probably, like, and I'm being real. I'm like, honestly, you can just list it yourself and probably make another 20 grand. But when you can communicate like that, people want to work with you because they can pick up on the fact that you want to help them and you know what you're talking about. You know, like when people are on the phone, like stuttering and shit, like the seller's
Exactly.
like, what the fuck is this? Like, this guy's not going to help me. But when
That's
you're
why I had you take the call though, because like I'm not confident in that pitch, and so it wouldn't go.
dude, I've made that pitch. So, dude,
You crushed that pitch, but like I knew if I took it,
yeah,
I'd be like stuttering all of my words.
yeah.
Here's how it works. To where
Dude,
you
you
might
can
as
give me
well.
2 martinis and 3 shots of vodka, and I can still make that pitch like crystal clear, dude. I've just made it so many times. It's like taking free throws.
Yeah. To our guys, if you are watching this, and you may not have great friends like I have, like Greg, but I'm always willing to give up cheese at the beginning so I can learn what I need to do. And then eventually I can go do it once I've learned from the master like Greg. Right. And so now me and Greg will hopefully we make 50 grand on these 2 houses.
I'm putting her in my follow-up sheet for tomorrow. Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I appreciate people have been on for an hour or whatever. Like, this business is just about repetition, operating with integrity, and solving problems. If you do it a lot and you are honest about what you're doing and you can listen and solve problems based on what they're telling you, you're going to buy a lot of houses if you're getting leads. Obviously, that's the other factor, which is a different conversation. Lead Zolo is sponsoring this, so you got the leads covered. But we looked at a property in an area I know nothing about, except for the fact that I've done hundreds of houses in New York. So I know the state. I just don't know that area. We looked at the deal. We looked at the viability of the deal. We determined that most of those deals go pending at the right price. We saw the market moves quickly. We figured out that the house has to go on the market in order to be a deal. We told the seller exactly what we were going to do. We put no pressure on the seller, and she's going to give us a decision tomorrow. And whether it's a yes or no, it's all good, because I want the seller to do the best thing for them. And whether it's working with me or not, I'm going to help them no matter what. Give them free advice, whatever.
I feel like you got her hooked, bro. You got her hooked.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good one, honestly. And I'm pretty hard on myself. Yeah. But you got to do, when you're talking with people, it's like, especially over the phone, when you're not next to them, like, you got to be confident. And you have to be very you have to be, it's not even what you say, it's how you say it. It's your tone.
How you say it, bro.
It's the certainty, dude. You have to have a lot of certainty. Like, I could take any sales training, and if I sounded uncertain, people would not take me seriously. But when you're very confident and you have practiced and you have a lot of experience and you're very, not convincing, but you're confident behind what you're saying. Like, I know what I'm doing, so therefore I'm going to communicate that to the customer. So subconsciously they're going to believe me because it's true. Like, I can't make that up, And that's how you get good at the business, man. But we started this call with 25 problems I got in my business, right? So, that's what happens too. You buy a lot of houses and you got a lot of title issues. And yeah. But that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun. You should call me for every New York deal, bro.
Bro, what a bang. I have some random ones in New York and they freak me out. Like in New York. I have someone like Brooklyn. Like,
that's tough. I just closed the deal in Queens yesterday. That's a tough fucking area, dude. The people there are like, they'll cut your throat off. Like, New York City people are crazy.
Like,
Brooklyn is, so I haven't done a lot of stuff in the city, but
Bronx, Tarrytown, Brooklyn, Bronx, Austining. I don't know where that one is.
Oh, that's crazy. That's fire. That's my market. Austining and Tarrytown is like cash money. That's cash money land.
All right, I'll sell those to you.
Are you a one-man show right now, or do you have a team? Like, what's
bro. I am building this bitch from the ground up, and I'm gonna show everybody that I'm a fucking dog, and I can build a company that nets 7 figures in 6 months.
So you got no team making these calls?
No, bro. This is me. Like, I'm legitimately showing what it looks like to go from start, make your first hire, grow, dispo, hire, train up sales reps, train up disposition reps, lead a team. I'm showing the whole thing over the 6 months.
That's killer, dude. For free. That's unbelievable. Because people can't be sleeping on that, dude.
I don't know anybody who's doing anything. I know RJ did the 50 deals in 50 states.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's legit.
Right. I wanted to take a different approach to just be like, no, like, I'm going to build something and you're going to watch me build something.
That's amazing, dude. You got to, obviously these are recorded. Like, you're going to look back on this in like 10 years and just be like, damn, dude, that was crazy.
Right. I think I'm excited for it. I mean, and then this one, bro, that's 25K in rev for us. Hopefully, if we get them done, I'd say you're at a 90% close on that. Like I don't see her
I would
really
say
having
so.
any
Yeah,
other
that's a
option.
pretty good one. Yeah.
That one's a pretty good one. And again, I brought you on, and like I'm not afraid to JV with people either when I don't know the concept.
Same here, dude. I'm in Seattle. I got guys I call all the time now when I have
Yep.
shit that I don't know what I'm doing. Who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? You split the deal. Like 50% of something's better than 100% of nothing.
And then you learn the process, and then you can keep
Yes.
doing it. And I'm telling you guys right now, like if you don't know how to do something, and this is why I'm a part of like different masterminds and stuff, so I can have friends like this. And
Yeah.
I met Greg's, and we at
right.
like a John Martinez sales event, and then we've just stayed in contact over all these years.
Yep. Exactly, man. That was in 2018, man. That was like, what was that, 1921? That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
We both looked a lot different.
Yes.
Now we got bags under our eyes and war stories. We were picking belly button out of ourselves for that seminar. We didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right.
Jesus.
That was when John first came like on the market.
Dude, that was a blue ocean sales training industry back in the day. First to market.
Yeah, I think he kind of fumbled the bag, if you want me to be honest. He kind of fumbled the bag.
Yeah. He helped me a lot, though. He helped me a lot. He helped me get started, man. He got me into his network. That was huge for me. I got lucky, honestly, there. I was like his first student and shit. That was well,
you were the poster boy for a minute.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. He helped me so much, man. He fucking helped me. It was like he's just like his network and shit. Like I was a nobody, and then I was associated with him, and all of a sudden people would like, reach out to me. I didn't even reach out to them. That helped build my business a ton, man. Damn. Seemed like it was another lifetime ago. Now I'm just like, man, that was before COVID for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, listen, this is how you do deals. You make phone calls. It's not sexy. Takes time. I didn't say anything mad. Nothing magical came out of my mouth. It was just, I've just done it like thousands of times. So
I think it was a solid pitch. Well, guys, we'll have an update for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
On me and Greg making a 50 bagger. That'll be good.
Dude, if we make 50 grand on this house, I'll go nuts.
Bro, we're going
not
for
even
50.
for the 50 grand. It's just like, dude, we just pulled the deal out of our asses in the middle of nowhere on a goddamn.
In the middle of nowhere, bro, is the thing. And I called you up as soon as I saw it. I was like, fuck, bro. I don't know. I know Greg doesn't live in New York City. Maybe he knows this place. But Bronx is hard. So like these ones, bro, I got some random ones like Bronx.
So here's the thing. Like the city is, well, you got the tenants in the city, which is a nightmare. So that's the main problem. But the comps are really hard in the city because like
they don't make any sense.
No, it's block by. It's not, dude. It's. I just did a deal in Queens yesterday, and I only made 13 grand. I sound like an asshole. I only made 13 grand on it, which is not great, but it is what it is. But it was like in Jamaica, Queens, right by JFK Airport, dangerous neighborhood. I think it was a pre-foreclosure, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, dude, it was like a pre-foreclosure bankruptcy. I think I had the house for like in the 4s and made 13 grand on it, but that property is probably in the low 6s maybe, and it needs a heavy lift. And I got lucky with a buyer who I knew a guy who knew a guy, so it wasn't even like my direct buyer.
Yeah.
But the city is difficult because you're not like a 2-fan. It's hard. It's like that's a whole nother training, honestly. And I'm not even an expert in the city, but like if it's in the Hudson Valley or something, I know that I can just tell you the value in like 2 minutes. But city is tough. The problem in the city too is that these attorneys down there want 10% down. And if you're buying something for 500, they want 50 grand down, and you got to negotiate them. Yeah, dude, you got to negotiate them down to like 10,000. If you get a 10,000 deposit, I'm happy.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's how it works, dude. Dude, I put down like I've put down 50. I think I put down on a piece of land in Westchester one time like $60,000 cash, non-refundable hard.
What?
On a piece of dirt, bro. Infill lot with fucked up. It was fucked up too. It had like rocks all over. I sold it and made money, but like, yeah, dude, it's the big league. It's the big leagues, dude. It ain't California either. California's the big leagues. New York's harder because of the attorneys.
Oh my God. But now I don't even want to do deals in New York. Like, what are we doing? Putting down
this one, I wouldn't. If this lady took our offer, I would put $1,000 down on each house. So I don't care about that. But yeah, on my market, like 5,000, 10,000, sometimes 50,000, 30,000.
I mean, in some of these New York ones, bro, it's like $1 million purchases that I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's your. If you're gonna do that, you're putting down. If you were lucky, 10,000, you're probably putting 30 down, non-refundable.
Non-refundable, like you're hard today.
Yeah, there's no inspection period. You do an inspection before you sign a contract in New York. There's no inspection. In upstate, there's an inspection period because upstate's like Pennsylvania, but in my area, no. So when flips, I'm selling a flip right now. The property, we're selling it for 320, and it's kind of in bumblefuck, actually. Well, not near your property, but it's bumblefuck compared to where I operate. And the buyer did an inspection before the contract was signed, and they saw nothing to justify a repair request. So we're good. But in that contract, there's no contingencies except for the mortgage. So you have a high rate of closing in New York because if the contract has no inspection period,
There's no outs. There's no outs.
No, unless if the buyer's getting a mortgage, they get denied. That can happen, but that doesn't happen that often. But yeah, it's a pretty good market. That's why I like it. Because like, dude, I know it. I know everyone there. Everyone knows me there. And there's not a lot, dude. There's not a lot. I'm telling you right now, there's not a lot of competition. Like it would blow your mind. Like if we're competing with 3 buyers, it's rare.
Do you work with the same attorney the whole time?
I got 2 guys I go back and forth with. One guy I give like 85% of the deals to, and the other guy I give like 15%. But yeah, they're both like homies. Yeah. This one, I'm thinking here, I would use one of the 2 attorneys on this deal that I would in downstate. See, the thing is, it doesn't matter. It's the same state, same law. Like you can do a virtual closing. So,
but dealing with what's it like dealing with the other person's attorney? Is it just a bitch?
Nightmare. Because the thing is, if the seller's attorney doesn't understand what you're doing, it takes a long time to agree, and then it takes a long time to sign. So, like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you and a seller make a deal. Like the upstate, this house I'm not worried about this house because it's like so cheap and it's so rural. But seller's attorney, knows their seller's selling to you for $300,000, and you tell the seller, "I'm putting $1,000 down," and the seller's attorney is like, "Well, this guy's only putting $1,000 down. He's paying cash. That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you ask for 30?" And then the seller calls you back. "Hey, my attorney said I should have $30,000 put down." And you're like, "Well, yeah, I understand that, but we buy 10 houses a month. Can't do that on every house." "Oh, that makes sense." And then you end up settling for 5. So now you got that. And then a lot of the contracts, the seller's attorney generates. So then they're going to send it to you.
Your attorney read it so you don't get fucking squoze.
Well, I read it, but the attorney sends. I mean, I know what to look for at this point, but the attorney gets it and gives it to me, and then I look at it.
What you need to look for?
No assignment. That's the first thing I look for. Then I have to cross that out and add language that says it can be assigned because you can't assign it unless you change it. So then you got to add that. And then the other thing in New York is this isn't really a California thing because I've done stuff in California. There's a municipal report down by me. And a lot of the times the seller thinks you're buying the house as is, which is true, but not as is, subject to property violations. So a lot of people have illegal porches, illegal decks, illegal bedrooms. It's a title issue in New York. So
really?
Yeah. So you can't get clear title for that. Well, you can't get municipal. So like it's this, I can make a course on this literally, but the title report is clean from a title chain is fine, but the building report is dirty. So you can't sell that to a retail buyer because the lender is never going to give a loan on a house that has illegal. Yes. So I need to make sure, and I just had a deal die last week because of this, that the municipal report is clean or the seller's willing to fix the violations. And a lot of the times the sellers don't tell you that there's violations. They want to hide that. And then the municipal report comes back and it's all fucked up. And then if it's a good enough deal, I'll do the work to fix it before we close. But if it's like not a good deal and you're only making 15 grand for some reason and you got to spend 5 to fix it, it's not worth it. So on the deals that are smoking hot and the seller tells me there's violations, I'll just grab it with the violations and figure it out afterwards. But yeah, New York is hard, man. It's so hard because this stuff is like, and every town has a different building department. And it's like there's cities and then there's villages and then it's so fucking hard. It's like, because you might have a house in a town, but that town consists of a village. And if the building is in the village,
it's like city and county.
Well, it's county, city. New York, there's not a lot of cities by me. They're mostly towns. So like you'll have a county that does nothing with building violations. Then you'll have a town, and then inside the town there's like a village. So if the property's in the village, you have to deal with that village. And if that village is a pain in the ass, you're in bed with them until you fix the violation.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude. And that's why these deals take forever to close. For that reason, hard market.
That's why you got so many Zins in, bro.
Dude, if I told you how many Zins I did, it would.
You open up your desk and you just got cans laid out for every
buy
day,
like 6
different
at a
flavor
time.
every day.
6 at a time, 3 times every 3 days. That's bad. It's bad.
6 at a time with Nicorette gum too. Just fucking.
The Nicorette gum's all right, but I like the Zins better. Nicorette gum, it's not as good. The Zins are the best.
Nicorette gum makes me sick.
It doesn't make me sick. It just doesn't hit me like a Zin. Everyone's got their vices, bro. That's my worst.
Take Adderall?
No, fuck no, dude. Absolutely not. No way.
Bro, how dare you react that way with fucking 6 Zinners in your mouth, saying, "Oh fuck no, no way,
There's
never."
no way, dude. No way. No, dude. I'll put 8 Zins in before I take an Adderall.
You're wild, bro. All right,
Funny.
Grego,
Yeah.
where can people find out more about you, bro? Thank you so much for helping me out. We're about to make.
My pleasure, bud. We'll be in touch about that house. Just follow me on YouTube, Greg Helbeck, Real Estate Investing, and I put out a lot of content on there. So
Bro, we should have attached your YouTube to this.
It's all good, bro. They've been seeing me for an hour. If they want to find me, they'll find me on YouTube. Type in my name, Greg Helbeck REI. It's Greg Helbeck REI. Free videos. Just trying to provide value. We put everything out on Instagram as well. So, yeah, hope people got value from this.
Bro, it was a masterclass. Thank you, Grego.
My pleasure, pal.
All right, guys.